Hey everybody, John Stegman here. Thought I'd try something new today on YouTube and share a little bit of a personal story. So, those of you who know me know that most of my life I've worn hearing aids, had some hearing difficulties as a result of an illness as a child. And 6 or 7 years ago in the 2010s, hearing started to get worse and worse and wasn't doing too well with hearing aids anymore. So got some cochlear implants from Cochlear Corporation. And if you see over here, you can see the original implant. I got the processor. It was called the Nucleus 6. Got a second implant on the right side. Also got a Nucleus 6. And then right after that, Cochlear said, hey, we've got a new model out. Would you like to swap that for a Kanso? So you can see a Kanso little button over here on the right side. Fast forward a few years, those of you who lived in the U.S. know about every 5 years or so thereabouts, insurance companies will cover an upgrade to the speech processor, which is what they call this external thing that you wear, provides the signal for you to hear. So I thought I'd share the experience of what it's like to upgrade. So with that, let's jump right in. So today, our UPS driver came up to the house with his box. And as you can probably see, I haven't opened it yet. My first inclination was to, rip this thing open and start enjoying everything that was inside. But then I thought, why not share this with you on YouTube? So we're going to open this together and kind of see what's inside. So start cutting through the tape. It's taped up pretty good here. A knife is probably a better thing, but go through this with scissors. Part. Let's open up on the top too. Let's see. There we go. So let's take a look inside. See what goodies we have. I'm packed with some paper. Take the paper off, and pretty simple packaging there. So we've got looks like everything in a backpack. There's some stuff inside. I could feel a few things in here. So let's start with the outside package. Looks like it's the order form. I'm not going to show you this with all my name and everything on it. So that's looks like a packing list. Nothing else in there. Let's have a look in the main part here, which I could feel a few boxes. So it looks like 2 processors here. I have my name on there, so you can see I've got left side, right side, and these both say ready to wear. So it looks like a surprise here. I know on the right side, I told them that I'd like to have it ready to wear and program, but it looks like, I'm sorry, I did that for the left side, and it looks like they've done it for the right side as well. So 2 boxes with a processor for the left and the right. Wireless phone clip, which was the accessory I selected for the left side, and lo and behold, another wireless phone clip, which I selected for the other side. Now, you might ask, why did I select 2 of them? Well, you can see here's one of my phone clips that I use. I use these pretty hard. The clip is broken off the side here, and the little front plastic piece is missing, and this little piece always falls off. So having 2 of these is a fantastic thing for me. Another white box, which we'll take a look at in a little bit, and then a whole bunch of books in the back here. So if we just take a quick look here, see, the things about the smart app, the charger. Looks like these are all manuals, warranty cards, little magnet to put on the fridge, etc. So I think we'll set these aside for now because, as everybody knows, we don't read manuals. We just rip into these things, put those down there on the floor. Well, we know the sound processors are in there. Let's take a look inside this big white box. So if we take a look in there without spilling, we can see lots of little things. So some microphone covers there. I'm assuming we got 2 packets because we got 1 for each side. Socket covers, same thing. I think we're going to have kind of 2 of everything in here. Magnet tool, which I've seen online. It's to take the magnet out and replace the magnet. So as we say, we have 2 of those. What are these? Are these the magnets? It says magnet, so no container with, looks like a magnet tool, but we'll see what's inside there. And then as we go along with 2 of everything, we have 2 of the adapters, which this is always nice. I do travel internationally. It's nice to have the adapters that work in different countries around the world. And then these portable chargers, which I've read about, never seen before, so that's going to be interesting. And that's what's in the white box here. So we've got the portable chargers, the adapters, and then all the little fiddly bits that we'll put back inside the box. That over there. Now let's take a look at what's going to be the fun piece. So here we are. Let's open the left one first because the left one is the ear that you can see. I don't happen to be wearing the right one right now. Sometimes I take it off for work just because I think it's a little easier to focus sometimes, given my history. So let's take a look at the left side first. White box. This kind of the packaging almost feels like a well-known cell phone brand, Apple, in terms of their packaging, and just nice, feels nice, well thought out. And so we open this up in here. I can see the processor is already flashing. I don't know if you could see that. It kind of turned on as I opened the box. Take that out, and on the right side, this looks like the charger. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. And then what do we have here? So a safety line. There are different ways of dealing with having these on your head. As you know, they get held on by a magnet, and sometimes if that magnet were to let loose, these are different ways of making sure it doesn't go fall off on the floor. These I know because I have a Kanso one. These are the hair clips, which I think is what I'll be using. Little toolkit, brush, screwdriver. These are software pads, which I don't use, but these are little foam pads that you can put to make it feel a little softer on your head. The cable, of course. And is there something else in here, or is that just the bottom? So pretty simple. And let's put all this back. Since the processor looks to be on, let's just take it out here. Little piece of plastic on there. Doesn't really seem to be anything. One thing I notice immediately is that this is definitely smaller than the Kanso one, and it's quite a bit smaller. It looks thinner and quite a bit smaller as well. I'm guessing that bag over there that says magnet probably has a magnet in it, because this doesn't look like it has a magnet. No, that's the wrong side. Just stick it on my head, it doesn't stick. So let's go back and get the magnet tool, and we'll put the magnet in. Let's see if we can figure this out without reading the instructions. So this is Cochlear magnet is what it says. So we'll open this up. Sure how we do that. Pop this off. There's a magnet tool in there, and there's a magnet in there. So looking back over this, oh, there's another one that says magnet, so I guess I didn't read these right. So we opened up that magnet, just comes out of this little tube here. And what we see, there's the tool and the magnet itself. You know, those of you who've never had a cochlear implant or seen somebody use one, the fun thing you can do is you can stick magnets on your head, which is what holds these on. So the magnet tool number 2, which is what I asked for, we'll just kind of set that there. It's magnet tool just kind of clicks into the magnet there, little grooves. And looks like that goes right in the back there, if you could see that. Let's screw that in there. Well, that was pretty easy, just went in with the click. Let's get the Kanso 1 over here, and we can just have a look at the difference in size before I put this on. So here's a Kanso 1. It's got the hair clip on it, because that's what I use, as I say. But let's compare these, pull the screen in a little bit, and you can see, you know, it doesn't show up on the video particularly well, but it's quite a bit smaller. Thickness wise, you know, I said it looks a little thinner. I actually think it might be just a tad bit thicker. Weight wise, kind of hard to tell. I want to say they feel about the same. Are there any? Yeah, there's some batteries in the Kanso 1. Anyway, we've got Kanso 2 loaded up. Let's see what happens here. So we'll take this off and just stick that in. Oh wow, that was about the easiest swap that I ever expected. It sounds fine. I don't really notice a particular difference. Let me just sit for a second. And I can hear crickets outside. I don't know if you can hear those on the video. Let's pop this one back on and see if that's any different. You know, I want to say this is, the new one's maybe just a tiny bit clearer, but you know, that could be just the you know, the microphone covers being a little old and get a little dust in them. Not really sure. You know, so just want to say initially that you know, it sounds fantastic. And you know, it's kind of what I expected. Just get a new processor. This is my first ever processor upgrade that I've gone through, and you know, I have to say the process has been pretty painless. You know, Cochlear went through the insurance reimbursement services, so I didn't have to deal with the insurance or anything. I just gave my information to Cochlear. They coordinated with my surgeon to get the documentation they needed. They coordinated with the insurance company. They let me know what my out-of-pocket would be, collected that out-of-pocket, and you know, here we are with a new processor. So that's been a fantastic experience. The one thing that I'm really interested in trying, which is new with the Kanso 2 and the Nucleus 7, is the ability to connect right to the phone. You know, those of you who dealt with some of the earlier technology know to switch programs, what did you have? You had a remote control to do that, and I used this on occasion, but let's see if we can figure out how this is going to work with the Nucleus Smart app. Now, I installed the Nucleus Smart app last week and signed into my Cochlear account, but it's not yet paired with the phone. And I've watched some YouTube videos, so I kind of know how to do it. So what we're going to do, we'll go into settings here. I know you can't see this, but I'll show you in just a second. And then from settings, we're going to go into accessibility. And then accessibility, what happens there? There's right down here in the bottom, you can see that. You see where it says hearing devices. So I'm going to go into hearing devices. And now it is, get it right on the microphone, it is searching for a hearing device. Now I know from experience you have to turn these off. I know it's a little fiddly, but I think it's maybe 2 times to turn it off and 3 times to turn it on where you tap it. So let me try turning it off with 2 taps and see if that works. And it's still on, maybe it's 3. And it's turned off. So we'll turn it back on, and as I turn it on, we'll see what happens here. So I'm going to hold the camera or the phone up to the camera. A couple taps there. It's turning on. And no, he hasn't done that. It says not paired. Not paired. So it did find it. It found it. So let's tap on it and see what happens. And you want to make this pairing request, so we'll tap on pair. And coming on, I could see it loading my programs automatically there, pulling that down from the device. And that seems to be it. Let's see what happens if I turn the volume down. That definitely works. Turn the volume up. Yeah, oh wow, that's too loud. That was so easy. And now I'm paired. Of course, the first thing I want to try, let's go over here to YouTube and play a video and see what happens. So let's just pick a random, any random video up here. Experts weigh in. Now let's not do that one. Let's do a music one here. So, oh wow. Let me stop this so I'm not listening to the music. So immediately I just noticed two things. Number one, and this was the thing I was really hoping it would do, and it does. If those of you who've used the old phone clip will know that when you start playing something, whether it's on your computer or on your phone, it takes a few seconds for the Bluetooth to wake up and say something is streaming here, and you hear the audio. So if you start a YouTube video and you haven't been listening to something, you miss the first, 3 seconds of it while that Bluetooth wakes up and says I need to start connecting. This is immediate. I go back here to YouTube and tap that, and it's just absolutely immediate. Now, as I say that, something's happened. It's wanted to say it had turned off or something because I no longer can hear anything. So let's see what's happened here. I'm not sure what's happened, so let's, as always with tech, we're going to turn it off and turn it back on. We'll see what happens. Okay, I've just tapped 3 times. You could see it's turning off, and we'll do twice. There we go, twice. It's turning itself on here. And now I can hear again. So I'm not sure what happened there. But back to what I was saying, this is just immediate. I mean, when I tap play, it's immediately playing in my ear. And so that's a huge thing with respect to this, to the phone clip. So that's, well done on that, Cochlear and Apple and whoever needed to do the work to make that happen. If I go into the Nucleus Smart app, if you download the app before you're ready to go, you get this, demo mode, and if do you have your processors ready, start the setup. So I'm just going to walk through that with you and see how long it takes. I click Start Setup. Immediately says we found one. I'm going to have to go back and read the instructions because I think you have to do 2 at once. I'm not really sure. We'll come back to that. We'll, click the button that says Verify Processor. It says take it off your head, so we'll take it off my head. Give me a check mark. Holding it says double tap it with my finger, so I'll do that. It went into pairing mode, and it says it's now connected. I can put it back on my head, so put it back on my head, click continue, and it's giving me a little thing that says connecting, takes 30 seconds. Up-to-date hearing data will be sent to Cochlear and will be accessible from connected mobile devices. So this, as we get more into a connected world, it's kind of neat that this is going to be sending information over to Cochlear. And I'm going to go ahead and allow that. And it says I'm ready to go. So when I pop into the app, I see what's happening. My battery's empty. So we're gonna switch back over to the nucleus for just a minute here. That's why it shut off. I mean, before my battery had died. And now that I put this one back, I can definitely tell a difference in the sound. Don't really know what to say in terms of how exactly different it is. It sounds, I want to say, a little bit clearer, a little bit crisper. I guess what we'll have to do is make another video once we have had some experience with it. Since it's since the device is out of battery, let's just take a look at the charger here. We'll turn this off. It's 3 taps, right? Yep, 3 taps to turn it off. And it looks like this is going to be pretty simple. So here's a cable here that looks kind of like a USB-C cable, but I don't think it is exactly. Let's compare it with a USB-C. They're pretty close. They're pretty close, but I have to research that. It looks a lot like, let's get those lined up, like a USB-C, but I'm not going to plug a USB-C into it just yet. So that goes right into the power. There's 2 things on the back here. I know from watching some other videos, there's the power one, and then there's the bigger one, the USB type A, where you can plug in the portable charger. So let's plug that in. Let's go get one of the adapters out here. And now we've got a plug on the ground behind us here. Let's see, where is the, there we go. Just pop it open, and just like came with the other ones from the original nucleus, just something that looks like that will take any of these different power adapters for different countries around the world, including, this one is US, which is where I am, but also works in Japan, I believe. And just to, click it on there and plug it in just like you do your cell phones. And then the nice thing there is there's another USB right there, so I could see this being real useful. When traveling, just pop the charger in. No need to carry an additional charger for a cell phone or something else. And I think all we need to do is just drop it in there. It's not lighting up or anything, probably because it's not plugged in. So you won't be able to see this. Well, you know what? I'm going to go under the table and plug it in here so maybe you can see it. Give me a second. What do I want to unplug down there? Nope, but you know what I do have? My desk here has a USB connection, so let's just plug right into that. So green light came on in the back there, if you could see that. Let's just drop this in, see what happens. Well, yeah, there we go. The light starts flashing green, as we would expect, so to say that it's charging. So that's another thing that I'll mention. The Kanso 1 took just disposable batteries only. If we come back and have a look at this while that's charging, those of you who've had one of these, you just pop open here and use the disposable batteries. Having the rechargeable, a nice thing. It's a nice thing, convenience-wise. So I think probably what we'll do is we're going to stop the video here while we wait for this to charge. I know it's going to take 3 or 4 hours if I remember right. But yeah, so first impressions, fantastic. I've been waiting for this for a while. Super excited to see that package come in today. And as I said, my first inclination was let's rip this thing open and start having fun. But glad I waited to get a chance to share it with you. So come back next time. I think what we'll do next time is maybe have a deeper look at some of what's going on here and give you some more first impressions. Thanks. Bye-bye.